I've heard gators in my backyard. I've heard them bellowing.
I am ready to get this alligator.
Oh shoot, there's something on my deer feeder right now.
Oh my gosh, what is that?
That's where he's getting in and out right there.
Oh!
I seen him pop up like an alligator does. And I drove by and I said, damn, that was a damn alligator.
All right, boys, today we are gonna try to set up some cameras, some meat on a stick type traps, and we're gonna try to get the alligator that is living in the backyard pond on camera. If you guys missed out a couple weeks ago, neighbor Daryl was cutting the grass around the pond with his tractor, and he noticed an alligator actually living in the backyard pond.
I seen him pop up like an alligator does. And I drove by and I said, damn, that was a damn alligator. So I turned back around on my tractor and drove, and he was sitting about probably 10 feet off that corner of that bank. And you know how they'll back in the water slowly? He back water in it slowly. That's when I text you and I come back and he disappeared.
We knew there was a chance that the alligator could get in the pond if it wanted to. I mean, it's connected to a creek system that goes for miles, and nature's gonna do what it wants to do. But today we're gonna once and for all try to prove whether or not that alligator is still living in the backyard pond or not. We're gonna consult with neighbor Daryl throughout this video. We're also gonna set up a deer feeder and do some other chores around the property to get the 17 acres that I own around the backyard pond ready for deer hunting season this year. Oh shoot, I know y'all see that new boat back there too. Got a couple upgrades on her too. I'm not sure, you guys have not seen this yet. We've got power poles on the back of this thing now to complement the old Mercury 250 Pro XS. Those poles are gonna come in handy, especially as it starts to warm back up. We also got the front unit on this bad boy now, so we've got live scope and everything on the front. And as you can see, I've been using it and it's already dirty, but whatever. You guys really liked seeing this center console bass boat. I got a lot of positive feedback on it, and we're gonna be using it a lot more in the future for sure. I mean, who knows? Maybe I can convince ALK2 to do another boat giveaway next year. I'm just saying. First things first, before we dive into all the alligator traps and camera traps that we're gonna set up in today's video, let's head down to the pond. The pond actually looks different. It's actually never looked like this. Check it out.
Guys, look at this algae bloom we just had down at the pond. This is the first time since we've finished all of the work and we've let it fill up and everything that we've had one of these. That is so wild. It's really just down here in this corner, right by the fish feeder, which I'm about to hopefully unclog, which is a pain in the neck because this thing is full of feed. Look at this. Slap full of feed, not slinging any. The little spinning blade definitely is still spinning, but there's got to be a clog going on in there. All right, I went ahead and dug it out. I think it might be unclogged. There we go. Beautiful. That's what we wanted to see. All right. Now I can put all that feed right back in there. Maybe it'll be good to go now. We can keep our fish actually fed. We've officially made the switch to the sinking feed as opposed to the floating feed because it's finally gotten cold enough to where the catfish and some of the other fish, they just won't come up to get that floating feed. All right, go. I feel like we're just constantly doing reseedings at this point. Daryl actually had a really good idea of reseeding it with some 5-way food plot, some deer food plot mix, because we're actually looking to do some deer hunting down here towards the pond this year. Because since we sold that 270 acres of hunting land that we had, that doesn't mean that we don't want to deer hunt this year. We definitely want to deer hunt, and we've got 17 acres over here next to our house and the pond. So we've got ample space, not ample space, coming from 270 acres to 17, but there's a ton of deer out here too. Just gotta figure out how we're gonna hunt them. Got a little bit of a plan. Gonna take that big old feeder right there. I'm about to open it up, set it up, build it. Then we're gonna haul it way down there and stick it right in the back of that little opening cove. Open sesame. Freaking raccoon comes jumping out. Keep in mind, this feeder has been sitting in the shop for 4 years. Probably does not come with a battery. Oh yeah, I love it. Could you please just include the battery in the package? Could you do that for us consumers, or is it too much to ask? Oh, don't you do it, no! Yes, yeah, ow. At least I got them threaded on there. Here we go, going back in. There we go. Here you. All right, I made it through my mental breakdown, but that's the basic idea right there, you know? I had a little moment a minute ago with the Moultrie machine. Are you kidding me? Everything's okay now. Although, this design, definitely not my favorite, but she's built. Oh, folks, the holiday season is right around the corner, and our good friends at DraftKings, who I've partnered up with again, would like to wish you a happy holidays, and they've got a gift for you as well. No, not my good-looking face. Right now, when you bet $5 initially on literally anything, if your bet hits, you get $150 of bonus bets just as a gift from DraftKings. That's right, guys. It's as easy as what I'm about to say. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app for free. Sign up using my promo code LOJO. Place that initial $5 wager on literally anything, and if that bet hits, get that $150 of bonus bets, which you can then turn around and take that $150, roll it right into a same-game parlay where you make multiple bets within the same game that gives you a shot at an even bigger payout. If sports betting is not yet legal in your state, don't worry about it. DraftKings has already got you covered with things like daily fantasy that give you a shot at cash prizes. I've been working with DraftKings for literally the last 3 years, and that's because it's a great company. They're always offering their customer new deals, and DraftKings makes your game day experience a little bit more fun. Click the link right at the top of the description. Do all the steps I said earlier. Guys, get in on the game. The crown is yours. Yeah, so, I mean, I just feel like somewhere in this, in this little recessed cove that near the pond is kind of what I'm thinking.
I'll mow this whole area in here, but I would probably put the feeder like up against the wood line.
Oh, it's gonna be tall. All right, first bag of corn going in. So I'm gonna do a little bit of a half and half mixture here. Got 2 bags of regular corn, and I'm mixing in 2 bags of apple corn. I mean, if I was a deer, I would definitely prefer the apple corn. So Daryl said we want to set a feeding first thing in the morning, like maybe 30 minutes after the sun comes up, and then he also said to do one about an hour before dark. Do 7:30 a.m. to start with. And then number 2, 6 p.m. Let's do about 5:30, or maybe even like 5. I want to do a test run. How do you do that? All right, this thing should be going off soon. Oh, shoot, there she goes. Oh, that was super anticlimactic. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I was expecting a lot more of a scatter than that. Okay. But there we go. There's yet another chore done. I think this is gonna be a really good area to hunt deer this year, and who knows what else. We've had hogs running through here. We've had coyotes running around the pond. We've actually got them on trail cam, like confirmed. It's a lot of hunting stuff to go down this fall. So let me know what you guys are most excited for this hunting season, but I have got some ideas that I am really excited about. All right, the old deer feeder has actually been up for a few days now at this point, and I was able to get a camera up right here kind of facing that feeder. And I want to see if anybody's been paying us a visit. A lot of neighbor Daryl. Oh, a lot of LOJO crotch. Oh, there's a deer, boys. We got deer on camera. Is that the only one? Looked like a doe just walked up right here, was feeding on some of this corn. Oh, that might be a deer. Oh, wow, that might be a big deer. Jeez, if I didn't know any better, I'd say that was a horned deer right there. We're eventually going to be hunting or shooting from somewhere right up there in that wood line, and we're going to have a really good line of sight for this entire cove right here. I cannot tell you guys how excited I am at the prospect of hunting and harvesting a white-tailed deer from the backyard pond, basically. We've always done all of our hunting across the street on the big property that we used to own, and of course we've been hunting at a lot of other places when we get invited and all that stuff. But the first deer ever coming off of this side of the property, just imagine popping a deer right down here by the pond and it crashing right by the dock or something like that. Like, that would just be insane. Check out the new NFG merch, guys. I know I've mentioned it before. Not even sure if we sold out at this point. We very well could have, but if not, we got 6 different shirt designs. We got a Founders t-shirt design, which is only going to be available during this first drop, by the way. Got hats, all that good stuff. All right, well, no crazy animal sightings as of yet on the trail cam. Normal stuff, white-tailed deer, raccoons, coyotes. I'm done fooling around though now. I am ready to get this alligator on camera so that way we can at least confirm or deny whether or not he's in the backyard pond and whether or not he's made that his new home. I'm thinking if we could set up some type of a stick and kind of just have it like outstretched over the water, piece of fishing line and a raw piece of chicken. All right, hear me out. What if I took this little pack of raw chicken thighs right here, right? Some real fine Walmart meat. And then I had some type of a apparatus. Like I was thinking a fishing rod at first, but I could even take like this piece of bamboo that's sharp here at the bottom. But just imagine this, like stuck into the ground, right on the edge of the pond, right? With a piece of fishing line that suspends a piece of chicken basically right over top of the water. And that way, no land dwelling creatures like a raccoon or a possum can get it, but maybe the alligator will come up and eat it. Then we could put a trail cam like right over there pointing at it. Now I don't want to hook this thing. I just want to show that he's there. How about some 17-pound fluorocarbon? Because I mean, here's the thing. A little 3 or 4 foot alligator, you know, it might not be the biggest danger in the world, but alligators grow just like everything else. So it may not be a threat right now, but it's going to become a threat eventually. I'm going to put out a little bait trap for this alligator, I think.
Don't put the chicken thigh in the water.
Right, suspend it maybe?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or leg quarter. That's how we used to catch them.
Yeah,
We
okay.
suspended about, and them smaller gators are harder to catch because they're worried about the bigger gators getting them. Well, I used to have to go get like out of these public ponds and all like in subdivisions. And if you had a smaller gator, it'd take you all night long because he's going to lay back. He's worried about a bigger gator catching him. So he's laying back watching that so much for hours and hours and hours. For a big gator, you'll catch him in an hour.
Right, he'll just come right to it.
We've seen 9-foot alligators that quick.
So there's tons of gators that are in
And
this
I've
river
heard
system.
gators in my backyard. I've heard them bellowing.
Yep.
Yep. Them and a bullfrog's hard to tell the difference. What I always tell the difference, the way we can tell it sounds like somebody throwing up in the toilet. It sounds like somebody drunk. A gator
Really?
sounds like somebody throwing up in a toilet.
Really?
They're louder. You know, it's a coarser.
Really?
You've heard of. I know you've heard that in the Marine. Well, you've been in the Army.
Oh yeah, I have heard the throwing up in the toilet for sure. So I called the wildlife, Alabama Fish and Game earlier today just to kind of ask some questions about gators.
Alabama Wildlife Fisheries.
Hey, is this Richard?
It is.
Hey Richard, I got your number from the other wildlife office. And I had an alligator situation, and we were just kind of looking to get some information about it.
There's mainly one action of recourse. It has to go through us. At the moment, no charge for those services, so we can get one of our nuisance guys to respond, and we'll provide some assistance. If an alligator is there, it's because there's suitable habitat, and we remove that one. The next one that might move in may be a 10-footer.
And he told me right off the bat, he said, well, if you got a gator, that means you got a habitat that will support an alligator.
Which is small turtles and frogs. If they're here, you'll know tonight. He will definitely be here tonight.
Well, there you go. Yep. We know what we got to do. Now we're going to need this camera set up right here. So I'm just going to leave it assembled and just move it over here where we set up our little trap. Not really a trap, but it kind of is a trap. It's a trap. Trying to trap him on camera. Trying to prove he exists. All right, well, this is exactly where Daryl saw the gator like the very first time. Was kind of just floating around right here in this corner, right next to the spillway, which makes total sense because if you just were to walk a straight line right through there, the backyard swamp's right there. So it makes total sense that one could just mosey on up here and just slide on in. All right, got a glove up. Come here, little chicken thigh. What's the best way to hook a chicken thigh? I think we're just gonna do a little wrap around. I'm sorry, I'm an idiot. You guys also heard what Daryl said. He said if there is an alligator in this pond, we will find out tonight because he's gonna be on this bait within 24 hours. All right, there we go. Oh, yes, sir. Okay, so we've got, that's really thick mud. Yoinkers. The old Nikes are done. Okay, let's see here. Let's take a look at this. So what if we just did like this might actually work nice. I just feel like that is a great spot right here. Kind of out over the water to provide the perspective that we need. Oof, that was almost a hand gone. Oh, that's lovely, dude. That's money. I think that's it. It's perfect. Now, I suppose a raccoon maybe would go out there in that water to try to get that, but I don't know. I don't know if he will. That's a little risky, especially when you got an alligator in here. You take your own life in your hands with that one. I'm gonna moisten this chicken a little bit just so we get some drippage off of it. There we go, baby. You know, also, I can't lie, I thought it would be pretty cool if we just started feeding this thing and just kind of kept it as a pet. Like a flare video, except instead of farm animals, it's freaking an alligator. Like part of me kind of wants them to be here and just kind of leave them here for a while. I don't know, you guys let me know what you think. Maybe I'm just a freaking idiot, I don't know. That's also very possible. Please don't hit your hand, buddy. Ow, did it right after you said it. That should be perfect. The old stick, chicken, just suspending right above the water. I'm pretty sure I followed neighbor Daryl's instructions to a T. So in theory, he should swim right up there and he should come up out of the water, eat that chicken, and we're gonna get him. Daryl also gave me a great idea about coming back down here in the middle of the night and just seeing if this bait is still here. And if we come back and that chicken's gone tonight, I'm gonna lose my mind. All right, it's time to go down there, see if our bait did anything. Let's go. And away we go into the darkness. All right, there's the island and the spillway's right there. I think that's my camera. I'm not sure if I see my bait there or not. There's a drainage pipe. Oh man. Oh, dude, look at the dock. That's crazy. I'm looking for eyeballs or just anything shining in this infrared light. There's the fish feeder. Oh shoot, there's something on my deer feeder right now. What is that? I think there's a raccoon on my feeder right now. Oh, we gotta sneak over there. Dude, if this is a skunk, I'm gonna be pissed. What is that? I got you, buddy. Oh, it's a possum. Hey, you. Hey, you're a possum. You can't eat that corn. Yeah, I'm talking to you. Hey, get out of that corn. That's right. You get on out of here now. That's for deer. Look at him hauling ass. Oh, man. Just out here harassing wildlife. We're looking for a freaking alligator. I'm getting distracted. Looking for some glowing eyeballs right now. I don't see anything yet. I see my stick. I didn't see any bait on that stick. Dude, does that stick have bait on it anymore? Oh, geez. Okay, false alarm. Doesn't look like there's been too much activity over here. No real fresh tracks or anything except for mine. That's okay though. The good thing is it's early. It's only like 9:30 right now. And that thing's gonna sit there all night dripping its little juices into the pond. And hopefully we can find out once and for all tonight if there's anything in here. Anybody on the island? That's a spooky place. I cannot wait to go camping out there. I'll tell you what, it's beautiful out here at night, but it is also freaky. You talk about one creepy place at night. Daryl's Drained Swamp would be high up on that list. Do you guys remember how scary that swamp video was?
Dude, did you hear that? Like something literally just hit my kayak.
Okay, we have a creature. Okay, that's a little nerve-wracking. What was that? Dude, yeah, come this way, bro. Come here. Oh, there he was right in front of me. Still not seeing any gator eyes though, nor any alligator sign down here. Of course, there's not that much water back here anymore, so where the heck is he? All right, well, that's all right. We did a little bit of exploring. It's always fun to get down here at night. Re-energizes my batteries for nature, my love for nature. But you guys heard Daryl. If that gator's here, he's gonna have to take that bait tonight. It's about 9:45. I'm gonna go to bed. See you guys in the morning. Boys, it is the next morning. Let's head on down here. Whee! Oh, dude, something just went. What the heck? Dude, I swear to God, something just bobbed up and down out there. That was so strange. I've never seen that do that. So we caught that old possum slipping last night. There must have been turtles or something on that log, because as soon as I started coming down here, that log bobbed up and down in the water. And normally it doesn't do that, it's just kind of stationary. From afar, it did look like a gator head that was bobbing up and down. Oh, darn it, nothing. That's okay though, because everything's set up, it's still good. The bait's only gonna get more rotten and have more and more scent. So I think we're just gonna leave this setup exactly how it is. Well, I left this chicken here overnight, a second night, and as you can see, it's still here. So I think it is somewhat safe to say the alligator has at least moved on from the backyard pond. Now, where did he go? That's the real question. And I don't think that he's completely gone off the property. Hear me out. What if he went from the pond down here? So I don't think our mission is done yet. He could have easily just slid down there for a few days just to throw us off his scent. I don't know if alligators are that smart. Probably not. But I think we just need to relocate our little trap here. Oh, it was a good trap while it lasted, but I think we need to move shop. Also gonna change bait. Where are we gonna put this thing at now? That's the question. See, all this is swamp. All of it's swamp. I think I like that little spot right there. This piece of chicken has seen better days. Ooh, wow, that smells really good. It's kind of funny because this is originally where I found what I felt like was some pretty good alligator sign. I'm just gonna throw this piece of chicken out there and hope that draws them in. What about an old rancid steak though? I had these steaks in my freezer and I put them in the fridge to cook them, and then everybody in my house got sick and I forgot about them, and now they've gone bad. Which, look at that piece of meat. What a freaking waste. Good thing is this trap is gonna be laid out the exact same way. Oh yeah. There we go. Look at that giant chunk of meat. Something should be on that today or tonight. All right, trap number 2. It's officially set. I keep calling it a trap. You guys know what I mean. I'm not like trying to trap the creature. I'm just trying to prove that it exists and it's on our property. I am curious though how the steak is going to be perceived by nature versus the chicken. I mean, the chicken didn't even get touched by birds or turtles or anything that I know of. Maybe this alligator's a red meat man like me. We've got a lot more water down here than I thought we did. Guys, look at this. Daryl said he thinks the beavers moved down here to my side of the swamp. He thinks they may have rebuilt somewhere. And look at this. We've got water like all the way back there now. Dang, we could launch kayaks right here. This is a perfect little entry point to where all the water is. Dude, I can see a ton of standing water right here that did not used to be here. I think we have some major changes to the swamp going on, and we've just got to get in some kayaks and go down this little river now to find out how much it's actually changed. Oh my goodness. You boys see that right there? I know you do. That is exactly what we're looking for. That's a slide. Now, I'm not sure what creature occupies it because multiple animals can create a slide like this, but you guys see that? Oh, that's where he's getting in and out right there. If this is the gator slide, that is it right there. The only reason I say it might not be a gator because an otter can leave slides, but notice how much bigger this is. That looks pure alligatory, which lends to my point that I think if he moved out of the pond, he probably just moved right down here. That's crazy, guys. There it freaking is right there. I've been looking for like 30 minutes trying to find some sign of where this alligator is moving. It's wild. I've just been walking around with this fishing rod. I'm gonna make a couple casts. There's another little area that kind of seems like it's being used to get in and out, but what we just found right there, that's clearly a slide. All my animal experts, please chime in. Let me know what you think, as always. I need to show Daryl too. He's really the expert on these matters. It's still pretty junky out there. It's not exactly all open water, which would make it a much more suitable environment for an alligator, if we're being honest. Way more cover for him to hide, ambush prey, hide from people, hide from other alligators. I mean, oh wow, I just got bit. Fish just hit me. Fish, fish. No way, is that a bass? You're kidding me. Come here, buddy. That's a decently healthy bass. Oh my, I mean, decently healthy. I use the word decent and healthy very, very loosely right now. Little swamp bass on the tiny little jig head. Wow, so there's a whole ecosystem here. I mean, we already knew that, but I'm thinking this is where that alligator is going. I mean, look at, you got the perfect size forage. I'm not sure he could catch a bass in the water, but probably catch some fish. This is way more conducive for an alligator. Thank you so much for that, buddy. Another fish. God, I just got hit again. These swamp systems just blow my mind every single time. They're so fishy. Fish again. He's like right there in front of me. Fish. Another bass. You're joking me. I hope some of these are bass that came out of Daryl's swamp that maybe didn't die. Oh, come here, buddy. Don't get stuck in there. Don't do this. I'm gonna have to walk out there. Oh, no, I'm not. No, I'm not. This swamp is so bassy. Much smaller than the first guy, but oh, you pooped on my finger. Okay, I guess we're even. Well, that's stinking cool. I'm very interested in what creature is using this slide on the daily basis. There's a ton of bass back here, which is awesome. There's way more water than there ever has been, which is sick. And I'm also pretty sure the alligator has relocated from the backyard pond to the backyard swamp. So still on the property, not necessarily a threat to us anymore if he stays down there. So I'm kind of inclined to keep him down there if that's the case and just let him be, you know? I mean, he's just trying to live his life just like me. I don't want to interrupt that. I just want my kids and my dogs to be safe, you know what I mean? Either way, we're gonna let that rancid steak sit out overnight. Got the camera on it. All right, we'll let that steak sit out overnight. Let's go check. Dang it, darn it. Well, steak's definitely still there. And it looks gross. Dang. Really doesn't look like it's been messed with at all. Son of a biscuit. This might turn into some type of waiting game here. I'm definitely gonna give this another day. What I wanna do though is walk over here to where we found that slide. And since it rained all day yesterday, we should be able to see some fresh tracks if anything has used that slide since yesterday. Well, there's a fresh track of some sort. Not sure what that is, but there's a lot of different tracks down here. Actually looks like multiple different kinds of animal. The heck's going on down here? Well, at this point, I'm determined to just keep cycling different types of bait, different locations around the swamp, around the pond. Might even have to put several cameras up and just set this up like all over the property because I'm not convinced that alligator just disappeared and left the area for good. Because why would he? Everything down here is perfect habitat for an alligator, especially a small one that's looking for a new home. I don't know, we'll see. So apparently when I gashed my finger open in a few videos ago, I think it was the electroshocking video. Wow, I just cut my finger open. Ouch. It's still bleeding really good. That's so dumb. That's just a dumb way to get hurt. We were over here exploring and I went to grab this giant white shell out of the creek bed. And you know, you guys have been in creeks. I've been in a million creeks. I've walked through creeks. I've waded in them. So it's not unusual to see shells, you know? I mean, it could be a snail shell, could be a mussel. I mean, it could be a freaking oyster shell for all I know. I mean, look, here's a shell right here. You know what I'm saying? I mean, these kinds of things are just everywhere. Let me be freaking careful with this one. And that just looks like a normal little shell to me. But this particular sharp shell that almost sliced my finger off, it didn't really look anything like that. Oh, Daryl's little swamp beaver pond is still hella depressing. As soon as this little beaver dam blew out right there, you know, it just blew this whole thing out. But I'm returning to the scene of the crime because I want to get to the bottom of just what the heck that object was that cut me. And apparently there's a bunch of people out there on the internet that want to know too. Well, I think that's it. I'm gonna try to get it out without breaking it because it was really sensitive. Okay, yeah, that's it. That's the one. I never forget who hurts me. See, now it's acting like it's all tough and it's hard to break. Aha, there she blows. Yep, that's who did it to me. So, I mean, yeah, all you shell experts out there, I mean, hit me with your best guess. I'm like honestly afraid to touch this thing. Let's bring it to a more like safer location before we start figuring out if we can even touch it or not. Oh, I'm gonna pick it up. Why not, right? I mean, we've already gashed ourselves once on this thing. So there you go. That is what I cut my finger on. I'm not sure if this is answering the question as to what it is, but you can see like right here, well, right in here, I'm not sure, but that's where I went to grab it. And you know, when you go to grab something, like you kind of grab it with some force, you know, because I just thought it was a regular shell, but just look how sharp some of those edges are. We're talking about, I mean, just razor sharp right there. It just seems way too big to be like a snail or a mollusk or a mussel or oyster shell or any of the above. I sure as heck don't know, but I don't know. I kind of want to destroy this thing just to kind of get some payback. Take that, clamshell. Didn't break at all. Well, there you go. Don't know what to do with this thing. I'm just gonna leave it right here. Let nature take care of it. Oh! I lost my shoe. Why? I walked out here this way. Son of a biscuit. Oh my, oh yes. The wife's never letting me come inside again. All right, it's time for me to get out of Daryl's swamp before I actually hurt myself.
yellow butterfly. I've never seen yellow butterflies. They're insects.
All right, Lila, what are we going to do right now?
Catch the alligator.
We're gonna check our alligator little camera trap.
I can't wait to see it.
Yeah, me too. You wanna walk down there with me?
Yeah, that would be super scary.
All right, let's go.
It would be so scary. We might just slip down right there.
Might. Watch your step. Whoa, like that, easy. Hold my hand, girl. You're gonna fall. Oh my gosh, look at the steak right here. That's looking pretty gnarly these days. Got flies all over it. Oh my gosh, mold all over it. Now, you know what? I see some tracks here. Now check out that right there. It almost looks like something's been trying to get at that steak, but it's like it can't quite get there. That looks like raccoon or maybe even something a little bit bigger than that. Some more tracks over there. Stuff's definitely been trying to get to this. Just no alligator sign. Let's give the camera.
Maybe alligators eat leaves.
Ooh, I can smell that steak, baby. I can't see anything. Oh my gosh, what is that? Is that a bobcat? Oh my gosh.
Let me see.
I think there's a bobcat. I knew that was too big of a track to be a raccoon. I think we just got a bobcat on camera, guys. Oh my gosh, no way. That's the first one I've ever gotten on camera, Lila. That's what those tracks are. Because I think we just got a gigantic bobcat on trail cam coming down here. I bet you that bobcat's so big the alligator won't even mess with it.
There you go, alligator.
Okay, here, you take that. Hey, guard it with your life, okay? You gotta hold on to that for Daddy.
I promise I won't drop it in the lake. That would be so bad if we drop it in the lake.
We know we got this slide and we know something's using it. Now that we've got a bobcat on camera and clearly not a gator, at least on that side, or he won't come up to the camera or who knows what's going on there. But what if we took that camera that we had on that bait and let's move the camera to this slide. Let's just put it on the slide. Let's leave it alone for 3, 4, 5 days and see what animal is using the slide. All right, went ahead and moved the old camera setup right on top of the little slide right there. Also had a couple shiners left over from a fishing expedition the other day. Went ahead and dumped them right there too, and went ahead and moved the meat stick over for good measure as well. So we should also see what's traveling in and out of that slide. But it's looking like we've got multiple creatures hanging around the pond. I mean, we started this video thinking that we had an alligator problem, and it looks like the alligator has moved out, maybe to the swamp, and now we've got bobcats all over the place. We've got coyotes running around the pond. We really need to get into hunting mode here these next couple weeks and figure out if we can thin the herd a little bit of the predator population. And I mean, the thing is, you know, it's good to have predators, right? We want balance in nature, but you don't want too many predators, just like you don't want too many deer. You know, you don't want any one thing to be overpopulated or out of balance. So seems like we have a very healthy predator population around the pond, but I don't want it getting too healthy, if you know what I mean. Because if you have an increase of predators, that's only going to decrease typically the amount of game that you see, like white-tailed deer. And we want those white-tailed deer feeling very comfortable coming down here to the pond, because we're going to hunt this area later this season. No way. Guys, our stick is gone. It's gone. It was right there. Guys, it was stuck in the ground right there. It's gone. Where is the stick? It's gone. There's the stick. Oh my. Wow. Something big got a hold of this thing. Whatever this is a stealthy beast. I did not expect to see that. Whoa. So the stick got yoinked out of the ground, drugged about 10 feet. Steak's gone. Oh my goodness. Okay, now we've got even more SD card footage, trail cam footage to check on now. I'm gonna yoink that. Whoop. I am dying to find out what's on this little SD card right here. Well, unfortunately, I'm an idiot, and I put the trail cam a little too close to that meat stick and the slide, so we didn't actually get what removed that stick. But what we did get, as you guys are seeing right now, is one of the biggest bobcats I have ever seen out here. Definitely the biggest one I've ever got on camera. The first one I've ever got on camera, in fact. And a stinky little beaver. is the one that's been using that slide, or at least one of the creatures that's been using that slide. So we have got a lot of things to look at hunting here in the future. Obviously, the bobcat, the coyotes, stuff like that, and the beaver. I mean, those are considered nuisance animals, and we can hunt those too if we feel like they're screwing things up down there. So we've got a lot of things to look forward to this hunting season. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. We were not able to get the gator on video, but you know what? That's okay, because we got everything else on camera that we wanted to down here, including a nice little racked buck white-tailed deer that I would love to have an opportunity to shoot at this year. We've got our hands full for the next couple months. We've got the winter months ahead of us. It's gonna get really cold, and these predators are gonna start moving a lot more often. Hope you guys enjoy this video. I'll see you in the next one. Love you guys, I'm out.